This is another Vietnamese soup that you won't find at any restaurant. And honestly, as a kid, I didn't appreciate soups like this. But as I've gotten older, I've started to find the warmth and comfort in each bowl. This is Canh Cai Cay, or mustard green soup. And soups just like this one are a central part of Vietnamese family meals, and it's not typically meant to be the star of the show. Yet, it's still important as a way to provide sustenance, nutrition, and warmth. So do me a favor and make sure you like, comment, share, and save this video. Alright y'all, remember to wash your hands. Now first, before we start cooking, let's get all of our prep work done. Starting by rehydrating a third cup of dried shrimp for 5 to 10 minutes. Now these dried shrimps have a very concentrated flavor that's going to be the perfect base for our soup. And when they're softened, you'll just want to make sure that you drain them. Then I have a small shallot that we'll finely mince. Next up, I have a nub of ginger, and we'll just peel that and then cut it into slices before julienning them into thin strips. Half of the ginger is going to be used to cook with in the soup, and we'll reserve the other half to use as a garnish. And alternatively, if you don't like big pieces of ginger like this, you can finely mince it up instead. Now moving on to the Chinese mustard greens, I have a big bundle of it, and all we'll need to do is trim off the stem ends and then cut them into about 1-inch sections. When the mustard greens are all cut, we'll give them a very thorough rinse, making sure to remove any dirt or debris. And if you've never had Chinese mustard greens before, they have a very sharp and peppery, almost spicy bite when it's raw, which is why Vietnamese people call this cay cay, which translated means spicy vegetable. But when it's cooked, the flavor mellows out, and it has this soft vegetal and earthy flavor, making it perfect for soups. Now once the mustard greens are all washed, we'll set that aside for now. And with that done, the last thing we'll prep before we begin cooking is our shrimp meatballs. Now to a food processor, I'm gonna add in a pound of peeled and deveined shrimp. And we'll just pulse that a few times to get that chopped up. To that, we're gonna crack in a whole egg, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch to give it a slightly bouncy texture, a teaspoon of deer mumfish sauce, and a pinch of white pepper. Then we'll just process that until it's fully combined. To form our shrimp meatballs, you'll just want to make sure that you have plenty of oil on your hands so that the mixture doesn't stick. We'll take about a tablespoon's worth of the mixture and roll it up into nice little balls. And if you like this recipe and you want to learn how to make more of your favorite Vietnamese and Asian dishes, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay up to date on all my latest posts. Now with all that prep work done, it's time to put it all together. So to a big pot on medium-high heat, we'll add in a splash of oil and we'll saute our minced shallots and ginger for a couple of minutes or until fragrant. Then we'll add in our rehydrated dried shrimp and continue to cook that for another minute or so to allow the shrimp to release more of its flavor. To the pot, we're going to pour in 4 quarts of water. We'll turn up the heat to high and bring the water up to a rolling boil. Skim off any impurities that rises to the top, and we'll add in our chopped mustard grains. Season the soup with a tablespoon of sugar, half a tablespoon of MSG, and 3 tablespoons of my Dear Mom fish sauce, which is now available in over 100 stores nationwide. So if you still haven't gotten your hands on a bottle yet, here's your sign. Next, we'll drop the shrimp meatballs into the pot and continue to cook that for another 2 to 4 minutes or until the shrimp meatballs float to the top. Make any final adjustments to the seasonings, and then it's time to plate. Now you can serve this up with a side of rice or directly over a bowl of it. So first we'll get some jasmine rice into our bowl, and then we'll ladle our soup into it, making sure to get a little bit of everything. We'll garnish this with some of our julienne ginger and fresh ground black pepper. And just like that, you've made an incredible and comforting Canh Cai Cay at home. As always, the recipe and measurements are on my blog at feedthepudge.com. And if you've made it this far, let me know in the comments section, what's your favorite comforting soup? And before I end this video, I just want to say thank you so much for all your love and support. I've been a full-time content creator now for 2 full years, and it's been a journey full of ups and downs. But it's been so incredibly rewarding being able to share bits and pieces of my culture and my story with you all. Getting to see each and every dish y'all recreate, and reading all the comments on how each recipe brings you back to your own childhood is really an amazing feeling. So from the top, bottom, and middle of my heart, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy.